Hello, everybody. Intuition here. Thank you, as always, for making time and space for us. Today, we wish to remind you to enjoy your journey. Sounds silly, sounds stupid, sounds like a million other people have said it before us, and a million other people have said it before us. But, nevertheless, though it has been said a million times, nobody seems to be enjoying this damn journey that we're all on. We all seem so fixated on getting to the destination that we forget that the journey is the only time in which we're actually playing our own game and enjoying our own experience. It is only for most of us that when we get to the destination in which we are so fixated on getting, that we have to start playing somebody else's game. For instance, your jobs. This idea of a job. We spend most of our lives at a job, making somebody else money, barely making a livable wage. 9 to 5, time is what it is that you say is the only thing that you have in this world. And yet you spend all of your time at this place, and you did not create this job. Most of you do not like the position that you're in. You did not create the rules and regulations that this job adheres to. So therefore, as soon as you show up at this destination that is your job, you are no longer playing your own game. On your journey to the job, you are playing your own game. You could maybe on your way to work, as that is part of the journey, you could swerve in different lanes. Maybe you're using both hands to drink coffee and eat. Hopefully you're in a Tesla and it's driving for you. But you get to make your own rules on your journey. It is only when you get to the destination where the shit hits the fan and you have to play by somebody else's rules. At work, you surely can't do whatever the hell you want like you did on your journey to get there. You have to sit down at your desk. You have to act like you're interested. You have to exchange pleasantries with somebody that you said hi to already 10 times today at work. You have to sit at lunch and listen to Jamie talk shit about her very boring life that you could care less about, because she likes to repeat herself, and maybe you've heard this story for the 10th time. You have to hurry up and eat because you have to get back to this idea of work and make somebody else money again when you're barely making your ends meet. You have a boss that's right up your ass. So it is really when we get to the destination where it is that we're going that we get to play our own game and experience ourselves. It is only on the journey in which we are making up our own rules, in which we get to play, in which we get to be curious, in which we get to experience ourselves in a new way. But as soon as we get to our destination, again, for most of us, the destination only yields a very temporary happiness, a temporary result. Wow, now I've busted my ass Monday through Friday, 9 to 5, and I get this barely enough paycheck. How exciting. How worth it was that? But yet you are so fixated on getting to the destination, which is to get to the job, to look good at the job, to be good at the job. You spend so much energy and time trying to play by somebody else's rules. And yet when you play by somebody else's rules, rarely is there anybody who wins. The Olympics is happening, did you know? This beautiful phenomenon that happens every 4 years, in which the best of the best in the whole entire world come together and compete against each other. And in their competition, they have to outbeat everybody else at the craft. And they might not even make the team. They spent their entire lives missing parties, maybe making lifelong friends. Some of them maybe even drop out of school and get a GED just to sit and focus and study this craft that they may or may not get an opportunity to compete, to get on the Olympic team. And then that doesn't even promise you anything. That simply promises you that you get to work harder to maybe potentially have a shot at a bronze, silver, or gold medal. All of that time, all of that energy, all of that effort, all of the blood, sweat, and tears, all of the stress, all the heart palpitations. And maybe, just maybe, if you're the best, you will win. But what are you winning at that point? It is only on the journey when you really were winning, because you got to make your own rules, so to speak. Because even though you were shedding blood, sweat, and tears practicing. You got to choose whether you want to do practice or not. You got to choose how dedicated you wanted to be. You got to choose if you wanted to slide in a little slice of pizza after you did a perfect dismount. But when you get to the actual destination of the Olympics, all the fun is gone. You do not get to choose or make any more decisions. It is the judges, because you are no longer playing your own game. You have to play their game, and it's not even their game. The judges didn't create this game. A bunch of people did from hundreds of years ago, created the rules and regulations of the game, created the game itself. And then therefore, you get to be judged by a bunch of people that don't even have skin in the game, that may potentially have never had to be an Olympian. So they have no idea how hard it is to actually get to where it is that these Olympians are standing. And nevertheless, they get to sit and judge critically with a hard and psychotic lens. Well, they moved their eyeball too much to the left when they were swinging like a maniac on bars. So we're going to detect all the points because they shouldn't have moved their eyeball in that way. Shame on them. They should have known. That is not fun. That is crazy making. That is insane. But yet they've spent their whole lives to get here. So much dedication. And so we wonder if anybody else is seeing this shit. If anybody else is here, presently with us, wondering if anybody is enjoying the journey. Because these people, these Olympians, surely do not look like they're enjoying themselves. They look like they're about to have a heart attack. We hope that the EMS is standing by. And that is not just for the Olympians. That is for all of us. We are so dedicated and focused on getting to the end journey. For the Olympians, it's the Olympics. For us that are whittling away at our careers, it's retirement. But then when you finally get there, you say, Jesus fucking Christ. All that work, all that dedication, all that blood, sweat, and tears, and this is it. Did I enjoy all the time it took to get here? Not when I was actually whittling away at the job, but when I was on my way to the job. Maybe when I was getting ready for the job. Maybe when I wasn't doing anything with the fucking job at all. So we wonder. We want to remind you. We want to shake it into you. Are you enjoying the journey? Because that is the only time we are not playing at somebody else's game. That is the only time where you get to make up your own rules, and that is the only time when you actually are winning. Because as soon as you step through the doors of your job, as soon as you step through the doors of the Olympics, you haven't made it. You have lost. Because now you're playing somebody else's game, and somebody else gets to judge you and say, you may be the best in your little hometown, but this is the big time. And you better be better than what it is that you are right now. Otherwise, you're not going to make it. And that is crazy. Because those people that are saying that are not even participating in the actual game itself. The people that are saying that are the CEOs, the judges, the people that for most of them didn't even have to work to get into the position that it is that they're in. That silly saying, it's all who you know. Well, it is true many times, but yet they get to sit and judge you and say, Jimmy, you made a mistake. You never make mistakes at your job, but today is the day you made a mistake, and this is the biggest mistake ever, and shame on you. You should know better. You never make mistakes. This is the first mistake you ever made, but I'll be damned if we're not going to let you get away with this. We're going to sit you and talk to you in the office and tell you, how could you have made this mistake? Meanwhile, the person that's having the conversation with you, this is the first time they showed up in a year. Because they get to play their own game. And yet you have to adhere to somebody else's rules. Because, again, as soon as you step through somebody else's doors, you're no longer on your own journey. Now you have to play a game. So, enjoy your journey. Enjoy it. That is the only time for many of us in which we are actually making shit happen. When we're actually experiencing ourselves. When we're actually having fun. We're allowing ourselves to be free. But when we get to where it is that we are so adamant about going, many times we say, wow, I really didn't even want to be here to begin with. This shit is too intense. is having more fun sitting in traffic than staring at the president of this company. So, as always, we thank you for your time and space that you create for us. We hope that you create some time and space for yourself on your journey to enjoy it, maybe a little bit more, to get out of this illusion that you have to be anywhere or you have to do anything. Because again, as soon as you walk into somebody else's space, you are playing somebody else's game that you did not create, and yet you have to adhere to the rules. So enjoy your journey, and we wish you well wherever the hell you're going.